Can you tell what she is? Chris, what is she?
This right here is a 1971 Torino Cobra.
Torino Cobra.
Torino Cobra, which is an M code car, therefore it being standard with a 351 4-barrel motor.
And currently it's got
Nothing.
no motor.
Motor's gone, it was stolen.
Supposedly, the motor was stolen.
We did research on this.
However, it did come with the original transmission.
Which is
C6 automatic. Sitting there on the floor. The drive shaft was still in the car, along with the rear end and the rest of the drive line.
And it's
1971, there were 265,000 Torinos made of all types. There were 3,034 Cobras made. This is one of 3,034 Cobras.
really
Out of 265,000 cars. I don't know how many are 351 versus 429. But I would imagine this color. I haven't ever seen this color. It's called metallic. When I looked it up,
let's see if we can.
metallic. That's all it says.
And it's hard to tell. It's sort of a
Gold metal flake or gold.
brownish, goldish. And on camera here it just looks beige, but that's not really the color. It definitely is more gold. And obviously someone did some work already, stripped off anything that was under here and gave it a coat of primer or something.
Surprisingly rust-free car.
But the question is, what do you do now? Option one.
Clean and flip.
We should rate these options in Chris's mind on a scale
Okay.
of 1 to 10.
Should this have roadkill a little R for registered trademark next to it? Because we don't want to, we don't want to usurp anybody's.
Usurper.
Mild resto and then full.
And full resto, we're talking tear down, pretty much.
Beautiful paint job. Put it back to stock spec. So let's define these.
All right.
This would be
My vote is mild. Mine is roadkill.
And I guess we have to also figure out what a full resto would be worth.
I saw $35,000 on when I was looking for cars. About the range looks like 10 to $35,000.
I can tell you right now.
So if it's perfect,
I'm telling you right now. This car ain't going nowhere.
Actually, let's look in the blue book. Whoop.
Can't do it. I can't get rid of this car.
So clean and flip is out.
It's not getting clean to flip.
You should put it. You should put it on the board and find out what you can get for it without doing a damn thing. All you need to do
I
is
get a bloody stinking fortune for this car.
yeah.
Okay, so what's it worth to me to keep this car or to get rid of it? It ain't, you know what? $5,000. Let me think.
No, I wouldn't do it for 5,000.
$5,000. No way. If the bottom side was junk, then there would be. I wouldn't even think twice about it. It'd be gone. I'd be like, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna put floors in. And I mean, it's a cool car, but you're talking $40,000 when it's all said and done. I'm not doing that. Roadkill on the car? Would it kill me to build another Cleveland motor? No.
No, shit,
Would
we
it kill
could.
me to build a Cleveland motor and have it running in this car?
Shit, we could do that over a weekend. I mean, that's no problem.
You know, I mean, no. The transmission? My vote is that the transmission, it probably just needs taken apart. I mean, the car has 76,000 miles on it. I would take that transmission back apart, or have somebody take it apart and just not even put a shift kit, just clean it out, make sure it's all good, put it back together. Very mild. Rear end, I just put oil in it. It's not even sloppy.
Did we count what the? Did we count what the
No,
gear?
the
What the gear ratio is on that?
Backlash, it's a 325, and we think it's a traction lock. And you know what else is really cool? These rims that are on here, these are made in the US of A. These are old.
What are they? Oh, they're ET.
Yeah. They're ET.
Oh, look, they've got the slots in here for the different
Yeah.
patterns and everything too.
Unilog,
That's cool.
they call
Yeah, the Unilog.
All right, concourse condition for this car.
New gas tank, and we did forget to mention. That's right, Chris mentioned 70,000 miles on this car original,
76,000 on the Odo.
and it sounds like a cliche, but it belonged to somebody's grandmother.
It was literally Graham's car.
All right, here's the current value.
All right.
Number 1 concourse condition. Vehicles are the best in the world. The visual image is of the best vehicle in the right colors, driving onto the lawn at the finest concours. Perfectly clean, the vehicle has been groomed down to the tire treads. Painted and chromed surfaces are mirror-like. Dust and dirt are banned, and materials used are correct and superbly fitted. The one-word description for number 1 vehicles is concourse. That is $57,500. Today's value.
And do we think we have a shot in the world of making anything that nice?
From the Haggerty price guide, I bet it would cost you $100,000 to make it a $57,500 car.
Okay, so let's go. What's the next stage down from
Next
Concord?
stage down is excellent. Number 2 is excellent condition. That's described as number 2 vehicles could win a local or regional show. They can be former number 1 vehicles that have been driven or have aged. Seasoned observers will have to look closely for flaws, but will be able to find some not seen by the general public. The paint, chrome, glass, and finishes will appear as excellent. No excessive smoke will be seen on startup. No unusual noises will emanate from the engine. This vehicle will drive as a new vehicle of its era would. The one-word description for number 2 vehicles is excellent. That value is $42,900.
I think we legitimately have a shot at excellent, don't you think? If we really, I mean, you think the Mustang's excellent?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's the paint is
The
excellent.
paint is excellent.
But the rest of the interior just isn't finished, I guess.
So I think that you have to put $30,000 into it to make it excellent. So what's the next stage?
3 is good.
Okay, good.
Oh, we're all about good.
Number 3 vehicles could possess some, but not all of the issues of a number 4 vehicle, but they will be balanced by other factors such as a fresh paint job or a new correct interior where applicable. Number 3 vehicles drive and run well, but might have some incorrect parts. These vehicles are not used for daily transportation, but are ready for a long tour without excuses, and the casual passerby will not find any visual flaws. Good is the one-word description of a number 3 vehicle, and the value of a good vehicle, according to the Haggerty price guide, is $25,700. Condition number 4 is fair. Number 4 vehicles are daily drivers with flaws visible to the naked eye. The chrome might have pitting, scratches, the windshield might be chipped, paintwork is imperfect, and perhaps the body has a minor dent. Split seams or cracked dash where applicable might be present. No major parts are missing, but the wheels could differ from the originals, or other non-stock additions might be present. A number 4 vehicle can also be a deteriorated restoration. Fair is the one word that describes a number 4 vehicle, and the value of that car is $19,400.
All right, so
That
This-
is with
this
the
car-
That is with the 351. That is this configuration.
is there a picture or something in that condition?
Yeah.
So it looks like
Actually, this looks like the color.
full resto, not,
No way.
and you're still against the clean and flip, although we haven't really researched that. So here's where we're starting to fall between here.
This car, it's like, this is about where, actually, no, it's not even, it's further along than I started with the Mustang, truthfully. You know that? It is, it's actually further
A
along.
Mustang was driving. That was running and driving.
Right, but it only took me not very long to turn my Mustang into this.
That's true.
Matter of fact, I think it took like one night. When the windshield got busted out. Who was there? Tones, weren't you there that time?
I was there when we first discovered all the Bondo. For
Didn't you
sure.
drop something on the side of the car and a hunk fell off or something?
All right, so Chris, we should give some background too. 71 Mach 1, bought in high school.
1983.
Nicest, 1983. Probably the nicest car that anybody owned in high school by far.
It looked cool.
Car looked perfect.
It just looks are deceiving.
Chris had it in his parents' garage, which was a really tight fit. We were in that garage. He's walking around the side and he knocks a hammer off the wall. A hammer, or it may have been a screwdriver, or something. It was something that had a sharp edge on it.
Something.
Because it had hit the side of the car and there was pink underneath. And Chris flew it. I guess what you could consider a rage. I mean, and attacked the side of the car, and simply said,
Body hammer.
Tones, you got to see how much Bondo's in there.
I kept that Bondo too, man. Dude, that was an inch. You remember that? It was literally an inch thick.
It was
And he rebuilt the entire rear section.
the whole rear quarter was
section of the quarter panel.
sculpted.
Bondo.
Sculpted. I mean, who could even do that?
He did a great job.
But the car is really nice now, but of course it's also 2021.
30 years later.
All right, so if we do a clean and flip, I'm saying the car is worth between $5,000 and $8,000. And what do you have to spend to get it to $5,000 to $8,000? I think is just some time cleaning it up and taking some pictures.
Yeah.
So the cost is zero. Is time probably a day, 8 hours. And pictures.
Because you're right. I think the underside of this car will sell it. I mean, everything here is just so clean and perfect. You'd never guess that this was an Ohio car.
Okay. So what would the value of the...
You know what though? This car, it came from Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Its destination was Atlanta.
I thought it was Jacksonville.
No, it was Atlanta.
Yeah, so maybe it spent some time in the South. That would explain. All right, so roadkill it, motor, trans, mechanically A+. The value then would probably be 10 to 12,000,
Maybe.
11 to 13,000.
Yeah.
Cost to get it there.
All right. So what do you got? If you go through, have somebody go through the trans. I mean,
Clean it up.
trans and
Clean it up.
get a torque converter and everything. I don't know. What do we maybe find somebody to do it for $1,500-$1,800
I think
with a torque converter with a
1,000.
maybe so. I mean, it's a lot more simple of a trans. Because we do need a converter, yeah, 1,000 I think is fine. And then what's it going to cost to build a Cleveland? Well, to locate, I guess, and build a Cleveland.
well,
At least 2,500 bucks.
I say it's about right, 2,500.
At least.
It's just a bare bones, no balancing. Nothing crazy.
Okay, brakes, steering, electrical.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a lot in electrical. Everything's there. All the
Still gotta
harnesses
do
are all
it.
still there. Everything's still in place to plug it back in.
Okay. Steering.
Tail light, all that stuff.
That-
All there.
Yeah, we got to figure out if that linear steering is something that can be kept, or if there's a regular power box you can put in there. And
What about you got
I don't know what kind of power steering is called.
lights and parking lights and side marker lights and
radiator,
Oh, right here. See here? These goes to the steering right there.
Mustang just has a regular power steering box in it, right? It doesn't have that set up, does it?
It is. Yeah. This should be the same.
I mean,
wipers.
Well, the dude from Kentucky just told me it's $250 for the other bezel I'm missing, the headlight bezel.
Okay.
Trunk lid.
I don't.
The trunk lid that's there
It's fine. Just blast it.
needs some metal work. It is straight though.
We're in the.
you don't have those end caps though, right? The caps for the sides.
He does.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh, you
got
do?
all those.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have the marker lights?
No marker lights. They're fairly inexpensive though. You say that's $300. Headlight
I mean,
$250.
we'll sit down and work these numbers out better, but for right
You go
now,
over that hood?
spitball.
That metal piece that's missing on that hood, nobody repops it.
The trim around the hole.
What are you talking about?
The trim, the metal piece that goes around there. There's two things that are missing.
Inside, where the cutout for the shaker is.
Yeah, there's a metal trim piece. Go right here. MIA. $400.
Huh?
$400. Can't get them. Nobody repops it.
Do we have? Is there any? We gotta think about realigning these fenders and the hood and rehanging that door and getting that window hardware back in there, the glass and the window hardware, right? So panel alignment.
And then for this thing, then basically it's just attack any loose rust and pretty much just clear coat over it.
Yeah.
I mean, leave the so-called patina and everything on it. And
Tell you what, these aprons do not look like they've been replaced.
and then pretty much mild resto is all that,
Yeah.
plus paint and body. And obviously nicer and, going to go further in the interior and everything else too, but
They already cleaned up in here.
paint and body's got to be
Look at that, man.
6
They already took this stuff out of here.
for a mild. How much do you think Bob would cost? How much do you think it would cost for Bob to come over here and do the Mustang type paint job on this car? 4?
$4 grand. Say. Yeah, man. All they had to do, instead of doing what they did, was take a new piece and cut this out and put a new piece in there.
that's the only rot that I've really seen on this that's structural. Calculator doesn't go that high, is that what's
42.9.
Why don't you just put this over top instead?
Oh, there's got to be a disc brake conversion for this, cheap and easy.
Oh, what would you think to brakes, front brakes and rear?
I bet you,
brake lines?
yeah, I bet you there's a pretty easy to find kit for this too.
Those drum?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy crap.
Even for the time, I'm surprised on a go fast. We speculate that this is a factory job, perhaps. I don't know.
He thinks that is.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I've seen the way they cut up the way they do the Mopars and stuff when they change that.
It was a factory automatic car.
If anybody knows for sure, be interested to know.
What would you say for the brakes? Like grand?
Probably, because we're not going big brakes, just regular. Probably do the brakes for $1 grand. Steering, I don't even know. I mean, that's going to take some research to find out how that's what you have to replace on that system. I'm assuming that assist, that RAM for the assist is. I think you're probably pretty close on that radiator too.
How much is it to
Buy some ETs.
How much is it to
Two more ETs like that, a little wider. I'm on the back.
yeah, there's another thing. Wheels and tires.
Yeah, that's true, because you gotta.
It's steel radials. How long do you think those have been out?
I don't know. I've never seen. If you look on the back side of that one tire, the tread is starting to just peel off, almost like it was a recap. It's,
How much do you think it's going to take to put that shaker back together? You've been talking to the parts guy. What the parts that you need? Not redoing the hood, just putting the trim on there and getting the housing for the air cleaner. And
800.
is that a hope or is that a?
That's for real.
That's for real.
Well, I suppose if you turn this, right, the wheels turn opposite.
It can't be an open diff, right?
If you turn the yoke, right, they turn the same way. See that?
How much did you pay for those Magnum 500s for the Mustang?
They're like,
150 a piece,
yeah, it was like $600.
plus tires.
So you're a bit of $1,000, $1,200 there, yeah.
Okay. So let me total this up.
Still got the tag on the rear.
Can you read it?
Oh yeah.
325. And you know you got to build. You absolutely know you have to build because I haven't put anything in the interior. You got to build a contingency in there.
Oh, yeah.
Reserve. Like at least 10%.
I know, man.
Well,
Hey, on the tag on the rear end, is 9 inch. It's in his car.
Yeah,
It says it's a 325 year, right?
that's good.
How do I tell if it's a posi?
Better now in between.
An L?
Yeah, it'll be 3L25.
3L. Oh, that would be locker.
Yeah, basically, drag them on.
And that's like the first shirt would say that.
Yeah, how about the sticker on the door? It's gone.
No, the sticker is still on the door.
I'll tell you, tell by the letter.
Oh, rigid, yeah.
Yeah, somebody's running by Ford.
That's what you'll have in it.
all right, so
10% reserve of $1,100, which I think is low. Probably should go 20%.
Buy it once to be done, then buy 4.
That's probably what we should do.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
so
Yeah, but anybody
I guess we'll check in next time once the decision has been made and these numbers get firmed up. And any of you who are who may know better, who happen to be watching this, don't laugh at us yet with some of our, our numbers. This is all just off the top of our heads, but
Well,
we will see.
well,
tell them made in China. I know Mexico dealers scraping all the China stickers
See ya.
off the shit. Those stickers made in China. He's scraping them pricks off, putting them in his truck.
Oh, hold on, man. I gotta put a costume on.